Alright, Knights of Dragaria, welcome back to another Unicorn Overlord video. I'm your host, Veracity Trigger. Let's get into it today.
And as usual, stay triggered. Pew pew, pew.
So, what we're going to do here today is we're going to check out my main team with Alain, which I have a Doom Knight, a Wyvern, a Witch, and a healer, dedicated healer, Scarlet, on the team. We'll see how this goes. I will tell you what kind of setup I have after the video, and you let me know what you think about it.
Forward!
That spin to win is just so good.
Grant me your strength. I'll let you handle this.
What a joke.
I'm glad that's over.
We didn't even get to see everything. It was so fast. You know, before we do that, let's do one more fight just so you can see a slightly different version here. I know. I said we're going to go right into that, but let's see a slightly different fight here with some tanks and stuff. You get to see a little more battle, maybe some magic too, with the mage and all that.
Will not fail!
Magic unfurl. Bye. He did reflect on me. Wow. Oh, we missed with the dark flame. Oh, that's a really powerful one too.
Watch and learn! Burn!
Got lucky on that miss there.
I'll do what I can. I'll protect you.
Wow. Saint's Barrier came into play. Spin to win. Bye. That only like knocked him out. Okay. Boom! Alright. That's it. It's over. We got our juicy win here. Nice bounty. Okay, so let's go over some character builds here. What did I do? Well, essentially I have a few main characters here, except for I did include a couple new characters that I made personally for myself. Gunter and Artemisia are my own personal builds. But besides that, let's look at some of the stuff here so you can kind of see. I hope my head isn't in the way here, but let's see if I can. Anyways, I'll just go ahead and explain it to you. But Storm Hail, you know, Icicle Dart, you get accuracy plus 20. That's pretty nice. Amethyst Pendant gives extra AP and PP points there. Gold Bangle just from defense. Gauntlets rate 20% guard rate, which I wanted to do just to try to keep her a little more evasive. So I sort of just did some math numbers in my head. You know, 71 plus 33, it's about 100. So I kind of did that. But you can change a gauntlet to whatever else you want. So first off, Tempest Blade does the priority cavalry and own HP 50%. Now, this really counts for 50% of that. It's really nice because it'll do a whole column, so it'll do boom straight forward, the first guy and a second guy, it'll hit them both, but it only really becomes a true strike and critical if you are below 50% hit points, so that's why I did it like that. So you're not going to see it unless she's low. Icicle Dart, next up, Scout and Armored, just to make sure we can freeze them and, you know, they stop defending. They take a turn to not defend, which I can get more damage that way. That's why I like it. Otherwise, if there's no armor, there's no scout, there's no cavalry, we're going to do Fire Breath and just burn the whole field down, which is pretty cool. Diving Thrust, honestly, well, you know, prioritize cavalry. Yeah, we could probably do that. You could probably take that off too if you want to prioritize diving thrust just to do individual strikes if you want to do it like that, which the spin to win Alain might be healthy in that perspective. Dragon's Roar, inflict negative initiative, 20 on the enemies. Ground counter, that's pretty nice. There's cavalry. Although I don't think you really need to worry too much if it's cavalry, because you're always going to do extra damage to cavalry anyway. And pretty much flying attack to cavalry almost always kills them. So if you want to use this or take off the cavalry, you can. Or just maybe deflect, something like that. Anyway, next up we got Doom Knight here. So I've got Icefall Axe. Yeah, the guard rate's down, but you know, we got dedicated healer in the background, and we got Alain to block half the time, so I'm not too frictional about this. I feel it's pretty good. Plus the extra PP point is also very, very nice. Scarlet Crest Shield, this is an upgraded shield. I really have not done a whole lot of upgrades, and I know this you know, you can do more than that, but you get a base AP +1, which is nice. Carnelian Pendant, extra AP. Retaliation for extra potency of retaliation, which you can do that at times. And now there's all the skills here. You got Vengeful Axe, 25%. Venom Axe, Armored buffed. To do that, inflict poison on the armored guy, so a dot always ticks over. It will eventually eat away at the armored guy. Or gal, whatever. But you got Dark Flame. Yeah, you got Dark Flame, and this one I like to just try to make it work all the time. It's just pretty awesome. It just does a whole row, 30% of own hit point. I mean, just this thing just does amazing damage, and then it puts a fire dot on him too. There's Vengeance. If your hit point's low, get an extra PP point, attack up, defense, blah blah blah. Sanguine Arts. User recover HP equal to 50% of damage dealt on the next attack. So if I'm low on hit points, I can go do Vengeance, Sanguine Arts, and get hit points back, which can top it off, and then I can use that to do Dark Flame again. Pretty much all the Dark Knight skills, just like Final Fantasy, are all here with this particular kind of knight, and it's just freaking awesome. Demon Pact, this one will lose some hit points, but you get an extra HP point. I'm already got 4. I can do 2 Dark Flames, and then maybe something else. But if you want to do other things too, what I would probably recommend is maybe put Venom Axe down here with, you know, just put it down here just so you can do an extra one, just in case, you know, you want to run that gamut. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Just do the Dark Flame. Either way, he's pretty good. Let me know how you build your Dark Knight. I'd love to hear that. So, let's talk about my Witchy Witch here first. Hero Staff gets extra AP point, which is really cool. Charm, Sun and Moon. I think this is a rare item. HP, Magic Attack, bonus. Diurnal Impetus. Grants user 20% magic attack, grants user +1 AP during the day. So I get extra AP because of that. Pretty awesome. First aid kit, you can run with anything. I think I don't know. You pretty much put anything you want on there. I think I did that just to try to keep people topped off at the end of the battle, but it doesn't seem to be ticking over too much, so maybe figure out something else for that spot there. Magic Missile, armored, and 2 or more enemies. Because of that, you can change that around. Might be better to go with that for almost any purpose, but the fact is Freeze has a particular skill to it, and I usually like to, you know, play around with this. So this one here, I gotta be honest, maybe it might be better to put the armored for the Ice Bolt here, and then put the Magic Missile for prioritize, I don't know, maybe, let's see, maybe Scout or something like that. Play around with that though. So far, I really do like the Ice Bolt. It does help. Even if not armored, it just freezes them and it stops them from doing something for a turn, which in the end does save me damage. Yes, I could get 2 more attacks off. Potency is less though, 70 versus 100. So that's the reason I really like Ice Bolt. It's one of my favorite things. You also have another skill in there too, which Ice Coffin, which is another one too, which, you know, you can do, but with Alain doing so much damage already, he might kill the whole row, and then she might just have to individually pick off guys. Try this out this way. If you don't like it, put back on Ice Coffin if you really feel you need it, and maybe you might. You know, it really depends. There's the first aid, just in case. Maybe you don't need that, but I just kind of did that, and so I'm guilty of just having it there. Quick Cast, you know, grants max initiative next turn, you know, minus crit rate though, which, yeah, okay. Magic Unfurl, which you'll see her do this a lot. You know, so everybody is going before her, so she ends up doing a lot of magic unfurl. But then again, if it's daytime, I have this first here because it just gives me an extra point. And then with that, you know, if because of the extra point during the daytime, I guess you can put on Ice Coffin if you want that, you know, but this really just focuses on certain types of characters, row with the most combatants, you know, so try that out however you want to try that out. Diurnal Impetus would probably work more with this because then you'll have four AP points instead of just the 3, which then you could do, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, try that out. So far, you know, I've been doing it without, and I'm doing fine with that because she's going to do an attack. He's going to do an attack. He's going to do an attack. I got a lot of damage going. So it's like I'm just either having her magic confer, so the other ones have more magic potency, so when they do their attack, boom, it's done. Everything's dead. Or if they do something else and they get a kill, like the Dark Knight gets a kill, then she'll just shoot an extra ice bolt and boom, that's all we need. But get that done. And this one mostly is prioritized armor in anyways with Rose and all that. So anywho, I've got Scarlet here. Now she's kind of a unique healer. I did make her the wedded wife of Alain for this file here, so that's why you see the Ring of the Maiden here. Extra PP point, Cornelian Pennant, Scarlet's Ribbon, which does quick heal, which is nice. Staff, Albore. I think this was a little rare. I can't remember if it was rare. I bought it, but I think it's kind of rare because all stats +5. And then the Ring of the Maiden's all stats +5 too. So she's actually pretty well guarded. She's got way more defense than she did in the past. Curing Call, 50%. You could probably crank this up to 75%. That's an idea too. Innocent Ray, armored. You know, roll enemies with magic, removes all targets buffs. You could put, you know, if they're buffed, condition buffed here for that, and that would work too. Attack a single enemy, a Holy Light. You know, which one should you do? I'm kind of glad Holy Light goes off, but Innocent Ray, if it goes off, you're using 2 action points where you could be healing. End game, it seems like you're already doing enough damage. You might not need to heal too much. Maybe just throwing out damage is better. But then again, you do need some heals and all that. Celestial Light, this comes with the Ring of the Maiden. It's just a part of that skill there. You just, you know, you'll see at end game what happens when you're fighting the final boss. Divine Blessing, all allies, HP regeneration. It's really nice to have. If you kick this off, you got regeneration throughout the fight. Saint's Barrier, as you saw, boom, puts on a barrier. And it's actually extremely effective, very effective on the field. Pass a Miracle, restore minor HP. You know, you could switch these things around how you want. I kind of feel like sometimes, you know, I need, you know, either Pass a Miracle, Quick Heal, maybe a little bit higher, but Curing Call does work if they're already low. If you've already gone into battle and you've already gotten low, then she'll start doing this here. You can play with all the cures that you want, but try to have her cure more than anything because there's not a lot of other people that'll cure in the field besides her. So anyway, we'll go to Alain. Pretty much everything. I beat the Ancestor. I got all the Holy Unicorn Blade Shield and the Signet. There's also the Ring of the Unicorn. And it's just all the best stuff, really. Holy Unicorn Blade, plus AP point, plus PP point. You can't go wrong. This one's a guard rate of 30. It's amazing for the shield here. Astral Blade, AP point right there. Boom. A debuff immunity. And there's already a debuff immunity on the Holy Unicorn Shield, which you probably could give to someone else and just, you know, keep the Signet on. So, but if you want the extra guard rate and the physical defense 30, then maybe just stick with that. Otherwise, yeah, Astral Blade is the first one because you kind of need to do that in one particular fight. I have Lean Edge, cover HP if the attack hits, cover HP if the target's defeated. So if the target HP is below 25%, pretty much a kill shot, I can heal up this way, which is really nice. Otherwise, Spin to Win is the way to go. Just saying, it's so amazingly powerful. This is just, I don't want to say broken, but it's awesome to watch. You've got the cavalry slayer that you can do, and it just does a cavalry attack. It lowers the AP PP point, but at this point, spinning edge, lean edge, I won't even worry about that. Just stick with these two to start and just focus on that. Noble Guard, physically attacked. Defense, grant the user an extra PP point. Luminous Edge, magically attacked. That's nice. Rapid Order, I usually put that at the bottom because sometimes he just does it anyways. And, you know, if they're not even attacked, it'll just click over to this one and do this. And the next thing that happens, they're physically attacked, magically attacked, it'll go to this. So if I go first, boom, Rapid Order. If they go first, Noble Guard or Luminous Guard, that'll kick off, and then we'll be good. But as you saw, pretty powerful team. You can play with different things, and honest to God, I don't really know if there is a super perfect system. It really depends upon what you're coming up against and what you're going to do in the fight and all this and that. It really does depend sometimes. And so you can change things around. Honestly, Ice Coffin might be the best thing to do all the time if you just want to stick with Ice Coffin. You just hit the whole row of guys, because then Alain could hit the front row and she hits the back row. Boom, they're all done. But the reason I don't do some of these things sometimes because I like to see the other guys do something. You know, otherwise it's like I just go run with 2 knights maybe. And then just use the other ones to just buff defense. But I want to try to use a variety of guys, and so my team has been a little bit about either variety or one full thing, like you saw with my archer team or my mage team, mostly that. But I do want to try experimenting with some other builds, but I got to be honest, some of these builds, like this one in particular, also my special unit team in particular, and a few other teams, hardly anything can beat it. Hardly anything. End game, I don't know why, but this team does struggle a little bit against the main end boss. I'm not sure what the deal is. I think because you have to do more damage, and this one is more just straight up 2 or 3 hit damage, and in the end fight you got to do more than 6 hits to actually really hurt the end boss, which other teams have that ability because of how many different attacks they have. So, you know, this team can do pretty well. You try this out in the end game fight, see how you do. But otherwise, this team rocks. It's literally my main team. I kept focusing on this one probably the most, more than I'd say probably any other team. And I kept flipping it around. I kept changing it. One thing I did too was I put a Great Knight in there instead of the Flyer, instead of the Wyvern, and I kind of liked it a little bit because it did increase the attack. But by the time he went, I needed to probably put initiative in him so he could do the cavalry call to do that right away, and then it felt like it was okay. But I feel like I'm so heavy with cavalry units that if I'm up against Flyers, they just kick my butt so easily, and I kind of wanted to throw a Wyvern on there, and I felt like I did a little more damage. I feel like I did better with 1 Wyvern and not even worrying about a cavalry unit. You could take out the Dark Knight completely if you want and just put in a Great Knight if you really feel like doing that. And I think that switch would be okay. But I really do like a Dark Knight, Alain, because Elaine's like a paladin at this point. The Witch in the back, so dark magic, the light magic, and then you could switch it up with maybe the Wyvern and maybe an Archer if you want to try. The Archer was okay when I did Unify, or if I did another Sniper or something like that. Elven Archers were okay too. But with the Magic Conferral for the Witch, like, they'll just give the front line everything you need to just destroy it all. So anyways, that's my video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, definitely do one of these and subscribe. That'd be great. But other than that, we'll come out with some more videos soon about different team builds. If you have a particular team that you feel is really good, give that to me in the comment section down below so I can actually look at that and play around with that. And if I like it, I'll make a video. Otherwise, have a good one, guys. I will see you in the next Unicorn Overlord video.